Hey Game of Thrones fans, we here at Geek Bomb wanted to do a brief but thorough deep dive into one of the most complex and intense characters in Game of Thrones. So strap in and get ready for the evolution of Sansa Stark. At the beginning of the series, we see a young, innocent Sansa with her family in Winterfell, dreaming of a life as queen alongside her betrothed, Prince Joffrey Baratheon, in King's Landing. Now, this illusion of romance gets shattered, however, after Joffrey, the little shit, orders the execution of her own dad, Eddard Stark, despite her begging for forgiveness. After the now King Joffrey Baratheon casts away his betrothed and accepts Margaery Tyrell's hand in marriage, Sansa's plans have been flipped. But after learning of Joffrey's cruelty, she dodged a bullet. I mean crossbolt, quite literally. Thanks to Tywin Lannister's puppet mastery, Sansa is set to marry yet another Lannister family member. This time, it's the much kinder, albeit older and shorter, Tyrion Lannister, which turns into a friendship, really. That is until Sansa hears the news of her mother and brother's death at the Red Wedding. Let's just say that things become a little bit strained there. After an interesting turn of events at the Purple Wedding, Sansa is made to flee King's Landing with the help of Lord Peter Baelish. After an unpleasant and volatile visit at Aunt Lysa's in the Vale, Sansa learns to lie in court for Peter, thus starting her new role as no longer a pawn, but an active player in the Game of Thrones. Not long thereafter, Sansa dons a new look, set with black clothing and darker hair to disguise that she's a Stark. This wardrobe change marks Sansa's moral descent in the show. Plus, it looks super cool. Returning to Winterfell more cunning and ruthless than she left it, Sansa enters yet another strategic marriage, this time to Ramsay Bolton. As Sansa finds out Ramsay is a sadistic nightmare of a human being, let alone husband, she tries to gather what Stark allies are left in Winterfell with the help of a hollowed and tortured version of Stark family betrayer, Theon Greyjoy. There is a silver lining to this very dark rain cloud for Sansa, however. She finds out that her two younger brothers are in fact still alive and were not actually burned by Theon. And her older stepbrother, Jon Snow, is now in a commanding position for the Night's Watch. This gives Sansa the hope she needs to escape Winterfell with the help of Theon and Brienne of Tarth. With her newfound freedom, Sansa heads to Castle Black to reunite with her brother Jon. She is determined to recapture Winterfell from the Boltons. This is a signal of Sansa ending her cycle of abuse and being used as a political pawn through marriage, and instead finds her true power as a Stark again, reuniting with her family in the north. Now, it is important to note that Sansa's reformed relationship with her noble half-brother has also restored her faith in men. After a long battle to reclaim Winterfell from the Boltons, Sansa and Jon lose a younger brother, but Sansa also shows a moment of ruthlessness and revenge as she orchestrates the death of her abusive husband and former capturer Ramsay by setting his own starved hounds upon him. After her brother Jon is officially named King of the North, Sansa refocuses her efforts to helping Jon build an alliance against the coming White Walker army. When he leaves to propose an alliance to Daenerys Targaryen in Westeros, he leaves Sansa in charge of Winterfell. Now, during her time as Lady of Winterfell, the remaining Stark siblings all find their way back, and for once, Sansa is content at a place she calls home. After realizing the extent of Peter Baelish's manipulation tactics to pit Sansa against her own sister and try to claim leadership of the North, Sansa proves herself a hardened ruler as she puts her family first and orders Peter's execution in court. Arya uses throat slash. It was super effective. Jon then returns home with a newfound allegiance with Daenerys Targaryen, which makes Sansa not cool about it. She struggles relinquishing her rulership over the North, especially since the people of the North are kind of backing her, and worries that her brother is being manipulated by that pretty foreign self-proclaimed queen of the Seven Kingdoms. She has done a lot of growing up, our Sansa. Is she justified in her suspicions of the Mad King's descendant? What do you think's next for our strong Stark leader? Tag Geek Bomb with your favorite Sansa moment, and don't forget to follow us on all social media and join our Patreon.